Welcome back. Now, Danefeld High School, located in Uppington, has suspended 4 students who were reportedly featured in a TikTok video making racist remarks. In response to this incident, the South African Human Rights Commission has initiated an investigation. The video depicts 3 boys engaging with a content creator, during which a white student is observed repeatedly using a derogatory term towards a black student. For more, we're joined by the South African Human Rights Commission spokesperson, Wisani Baloyi. Mr. Baloyi, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It seems yet another racist incident that the South African Human Rights Commission is investigating. Tell us more about this one.
Good evening to you, Masa, and good evening to your viewers. Indeed, as you've indicated, we have opened an on-accord investigation following what has transpired and shared on social media. As the Commission, we were concerned that 30 years after apartheid, minors are involved in usage of derogatory words, and it is critical for the country to be looking into this thing with keen interest. You'd recall that in the past few months, we also dealt with an issue in Pretoria. We also dealt with 2 complaints in the Western Cape involving minors. But on this particular issue, I can confirm that our provincial office, which is also based in Uppington, visited the school yesterday, one, to gather more facts on what had transpired, but also to look deeper into the issues of culture within the school, but also to ensure that these investigations that are being undertaken by both the school and as well as the Department of Basic Education addresses more systemic issues to ensure that we don't only deal with the symptom, but we go deeper to deal with underlying causes that continue to be coming out in the public.
Yeah, and speaking of going deeper as well, just to properly diagnose and treat the problem too, the South African Human Rights Commission met with the school and the department as well. But also these minors come from homes, they come from families, from parents. In these investigations as well, are there investigations or interviews or the like with parents of minors who are found saying such things?
What I can indicate is that we've met with the school yesterday, which was on Friday. We'll be meeting with the Department of Basic Education on Monday, but also to indicate that rightfully so, as the Commission, we don't only deal with the symptom, but we go deeper. Hence, I mentioned the issue of culture, and hence I indicated that the meeting with both the school and the Department of Basic Education is to ensure that as part of addressing this particular issue, we go deeper to looking into what is the culture that is being practiced within the school, for example, but also to say, as an institution that has been given mandate to be addressing issues of human rights, how more deeper do we need to go in issues of addressing the issue of social harmony to ensure that beyond the incident that has happened, but we deal with the underlying issue that will ensure that the school going forward would have learned from the lesson that has taken place, but also address the issue in particular, because if you deal only with the symptom, you will always have this pocket of incident happening within the country, which doesn't assist with the view and the value that we need to be going and addressing as the country.
Yeah, and we're addressing also, rightfully so, the culture in the school, but I'm also asking about the culture in the home. Is this part of the investigation too, to find out who's raising these minors who have such kinds of comments?
It is interesting that on Thursday, the Commission, or the commissioners in particular, were in a strategic planning looking into some of the critical issues that continue to affect the country, but also to indicate that the Commission has a Section 11 committee that deals with the national question as well as anti-racism on these particular issues, which then comes to be like people that have been will be assisting the Commission to ensure that when we address issues of racism in particular, we look deeper into what are the critical issues that come, because like you've indicated, you cannot address racism on a face value like a particular incident, but we must look into these kids or these minors were not there during apartheid, but they are using the terms that were used during apartheid to inflict pain on Black people. This is 30 years after democracy. People that are involved in this incident have not been part of, or they were not during apartheid system. So it's an indication that there are deeper lying issues that needs to be unearthed. And our meeting with the school, like you rightfully said, and the meeting with the Department of Basic Education will also assist in trying to get to the bottom of this, but also to indicate that as the commission, we've got advocacy activities that rightfully so would go to communities to be addressing these type of issues. And it will be interesting that as part of these investigative processes to say at the end of it, what would be issues that will be coming out as part of the investigation. Then that will assist the commission to say, as part of our advocacy work, how more do we ensure that we deal with the underlying process to ensure that the issue at hand and the challenges that we're facing were addressed like holistically rather than just dealing with the symptom.
I just want to get clarity on this. In the investigations, because earlier you mentioned, different incidents that have happened in Gauteng where it's minors who are involved, and it's concerning because, as you're mentioning, 30 years into democracy, these minors also weren't even a part of the apartheid era, but they are mimicking some sort of behavior that they're seeing somewhere. As part of the prevalence that we're seeing of these racist incidents by minors, as the commission, are you including in your investigation speaking to the parents of minors who exhibit such racist behavior?
Indeed, as part of as I've indicated, we have just started with the investigation.
Yeah.
Indeed, our investigation would go as far as speaking, obviously, to the parents of the children that have been involved in the matter, but also deeper beyond the actual parent of those children that have been involved in that. Hence, I was saying, when I was talking about our advocacy, to say we go beyond just looking into the incident itself, but we go as far as looking into the area itself. We go as far as to if it's mediation, because we've got a number of activities that we can engage on as the commission to address matter. If it's mediation, it's not mediation with the school kids themselves. We involve all the stakeholders involved, from the school governing body, teachers, the community where these children come from, to ensure that we address the deeper issue that is coming. What will be interesting is that, like I've indicated, we've just started with the investigative process. We have opened on a court investigation. Our investigation looks into the incident as well as the root cause, meaning that the parents and the areas where these children are coming from, the school environment and the culture within the school will form part of what we'll be looking at as the commission when we're looking at this matter, to ensure that we address the issue at hand rather than dealing with the symptom.
Absolutely. Wosani Baloyi, thank you so much for your time.